All right, Wednesday, August 20th, 21st. I don't know, something like that. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but it's Wednesday, so here we are doing legs again. I've been dealing with. I don't know if I just slept wrong. I'm starting to think that's what it was. I just slept wrong. But I've been dealing with a stiff back all day, and I actually it started yesterday, but it was very minor. But I did feel it. You know what I mean? Like I could feel something was a little stiff or just tweaked. I didn't really say much because again it was minor. And that minor tweak or stiffness, whatever, however you want to word it, has turned. I wouldn't say it's major because I mean, if it was major, I'd be hard pressed to even work out. But it's progressed or regressed, however you want to look at it. It's gotten worse. So again, nothing really to sit here and it, it shouldn't hold me back because I'm not doing any leg movements that are going to require me to hinge at the hips. You know, a Smith machine squat or a regular barbell back squat or even a um to a lesser extent a did I say hack squat? I might have gotten those mixed up. But a hack squat is a little lesser because there's not any stability required. You could say that with Smith machine as well, but it's still a hack squat has you more in position. And you're once you get in position, you unrack the weight and you start squatting. It's not going to change. A Smith machine, you can still alter, how you're squatting. Even though the movement is fixed, your back can you can move it any way you want. That's you can't do that in a hack squat. But I'm starting to rant, anyways. Yeah, it shouldn't really affect my workout. It's just something A lot of times when I do leg curls, my it depends on the day. So I can't explain why, but some days it does and some days it doesn't. But my back can get pretty pumped up, like actually quite a bit sometimes. So that's the only reason I brought up my back being a little stiff. Man, it fucking slowed me down at work big time. I mean, talk about moving at a slow pace. I was I was walking around like I was 80 years old already, but I've loosened up. I've already done one set. That was one set that I started. Every now and then I come in here and I don't even want to say a damn thing. I just want to do a set and sometimes two before I even open my mouth. It helps me kind of lock in and I don't know, just like I said, it doesn't happen often, but sometimes I just have that initial reaction and it's like I just want to warm up and do a set before I say anything. So it's gonna be pretty much the usual leg workout that I've been doing. I'll do two more sets unilateral with a drop set going to both legs at the same time. Same thing on leg extensions, and then we'll finish this out with some leg press if I can. I said this last week, and the gym kind of got too packed for me to do this, but if I can, I might try to squeeze in a set or so of weighted lunges. It's been a long time since I've done them, mainly because they work so good. I mean, sometimes my legs and my glutes, especially my hamstrings, will be so sore. Like it'll last 4, sometimes even 5 days. Um, and on one hand, I really like that, but on the other, when I'm climbing rocks all day, going up and down ladders, bending over, drilling holes in rocks, you know, that's not too fun. So as much as I don't want to base my workouts around work, and I don't 99% of the time, but there are certain exercises where I second guess it for that reason. But I still get good workouts, so yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, it's gonna be like I said, a lot of the same old. Which it for a lot of people, I'd say actually most people, that's why they don't make it. It gets boring. It's the same thing day in day out, and you can mix it up by throwing in different exercises, changing the tempo, adding weight or lowering weight. Changing the rep range. There's a lot of ways you can change it, but when you're years into it, it's just a lot of the same old, like I said, and that's why a lot of people struggle to stick with it. But that's when you got to ask yourself, what do you want more? If you if you really want to change your physique, however that change, whatever that change is, whether it's just getting in better shape or adding muscle, cutting up, whatever it is, when you really want to do that, you'll find reasons to go. Even when the motivation starts to wane, you'll still find those reasons to go. So let's do the next step. One more, man. I can feel it's so cool, man. I love. I love whenever weeks kind of progress like this, and the longer you train, the less frequent this happens. But I can literally feel the the strength building up. The reps are I've progressed up over the past, I think it's been 5 weeks now that I've been doing this whole one leg at a time for leg curls and leg extensions. Man, I need to catch my breath, so you know it's a good set. But yeah, I've been doing the past 3 weeks now. I've had it on the same weight. Um, I think I've added a rep since I started doing this, but I haven't really added a rep since. Again, it's only been 3 weeks that I've been doing this weight, but it's like I can feel the reps are just easier. You know what I mean? They're more manageable. I can really slow it down. Um, and this is happening whenever you can do that on the final reps of a set. Actually, I actually slow it down a little more on the last rep or two of each leg um, in the set. That's when you know you're kind of your strength's really starting to progress, and it's just a cool feeling. Like I said, it happens less frequently the more you've been training, which is just that's just as much as I hate to say it, that's just kind of how it goes. And that's another reason why people kind of fall out. They feel like the results aren't there, which in some cases that might be the case. They might be doing something wrong, but a lot of times it's just year one, the progression is way faster compared to year five, year 10, etc. So whenever there's something like this happens, you can literally feel it from week to week. The strength difference. It's cool. Anyways, let's do one more here with a drop set. Ow, in a good way. Holy shit. That set was, well, it was more difficult. Let's just say that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little drop set, and we'll move on. I like to when I go to a drop set from unilateral to bilateral. Obviously, one limb, depending what body part I'm training, but it's gonna be a little more fatigue because I finish with my right, so my left has a little more rest. So I try to give it a little time, at least just like 20 or 30 seconds. All right, feels about right. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, it's a good set whenever, well, one, whenever you can't even say your words properly, but two, whenever you're kind of just inching like this, like I was, your way out of the machine. Now, this drop set, maybe you didn't notice, but I didn't actually drop any weight. That's because I went from one, like I said, one leg at a time to two. So just in doing that, it's like a drop set. Obviously, I can lift more when I do both legs as opposed to just one. Whew. All right. All right. What do you know? I forgot something again because I can't remember last week if I worked up to 180 or if it was 190. Yeah, I don't know. So basically, I have it on 180. I'm gonna do a set and I'll just adjust from there. If it's too light, I'll go heavier. If it's too heavy, I'll go lighter. I don't think it'll be too heavy. The only reason it might be is because my left knee is just. I'm really almost to the point where I need to go to the doctor and see exactly what this is. I even just showed it on camera because it's just a huge knot, and I'm thinking it's just pressing up against a nerve or something. But if you look at this it's right below my knee. If you look at this leg compared to my right, a big difference. It just looks like a big lump. I don't know what it is. Someone said it might be a calcium deposit. I guess. I even thought maybe it was a cyst because I had one in my head that I had to get cut off. Fucking shit. That was over 10 years ago. Um, but like usually with a cyst, you can grab it and kind of move it around. This isn't moving. It's 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 stuck in one spot. So I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Let's do a set, and then I'll just adjust if I even need to after this one. Probably could have squeezed out one more, so I think I will go heavier. Not much, but I will. Let's do the other leg. Okay, that was about 15. If I could bring it down to 10. Granted, I got two more sets I got to do, so I got to think about both. You know what? Let's just go up to 190. Try that a couple times. All right, I need some freaking external motivation here for this last one because not only do I have, well, obviously I just said, but one more set, I got a freaking drop set too. So see if I can find something to just kind of get me a little more amped. Well, let's try this one. All right, like I said, final set here. I did add 5 more extra pounds of resistance, so 195, one leg at a time. If I can get about 10 or 11, and even if I don't get that, as long as it's just good reps, good set, and we'll do a drop set, I'll be happy. Come on. Come on, man. What a set. I can full on admit. I mean, honestly, I could do that every week, but in terms of just kind of not overdoing it and kind of burning out my nervous system, you know what I mean? This might be just like a once every second or third week kind of weight. I think a better weight for me to just work with might be like 180, 185. Get good reps. I don't know. I could be wrong. I might come in here next Wednesday and start doing the sets and be like, you know what? 190 is not that bad. But anyways, let's do the drop set here. Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to suffer a little more on leg press. So let's get over there. All right. Last 3 sets, potentially more, but I'm thinking only 3 today, just like last week. 9 sets. I mean, I hate to kind of just be like a broken record or on leg day, but With my knee the way it is, I'm already kind of limited in what I can do. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, I will get that. I will get that solved soon. Um, but since my knee is already giving me limitations, and then on top of that, for legs, I just don't need a lot of volume, man. If I bring the intensity for all the sets that I do, usually by the ninth or 10th, my legs are pretty much shot. So, like I always say never, but I'm thinking 9 or 10 sets probably. I Well, let's just do these first. I'm starting to just get carried away. You know, I might be mistaken, but I don't think I am. That felt heavier than the previous, probably 2 weeks. Now, well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think 2 weeks ago I went this heavy. I think last week was the first week that I went from just 145 up here and 225s to 245s and then just 125. If not, if it has been 2 weeks, or this would be the third week, um, this is the heaviest it's felt. Regardless, it was a good set. That's all that matters. What I always say, not every week is going to be one to remember where you're hitting a bunch of PRs or, it's that slow, steady, consistent grind. That's where it's at. That's going to get you where you want to go. Now, the weeks where you do hit a bunch of PRs and you just feel like Superman and your physique is just super lean but full, like anything positive you can think of, those are great, but you can't rely on that feeling because it's not always going to be like that. Shit. Two more. Yeah, probably just two more. My legs are already getting jello-y. One more. Oh. All right, I'm done. Whew, what a leg day. May not have seemed like a lot, but I felt it today. Let's go see the results. See what this pump looks like. All right, for like the past 5 or 10 minutes, I've had difficulty even walking. My legs have just been giving out. Um, but I think I don't know if I like this lighting. Whatever. I think I can at least do a little something. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Yesterday, I did, just flexing my legs a little bit. Now, again, maybe it's the lighting, but I feel like sometimes on leg day, my legs get so pumped up, I lose a little bit of the detail. And that, at least I haven't noticed that happens on any other day that I train. But I don't know. Again, maybe it's just the lighting. I don't know. Anyways, let's hit some quick poses, and I'm done. I mean, I got a good pump, that's for sure. I can't even shake my leg. Oh, I can't. There we go. Dude, my legs are shot. Oh, it's kind of pathetic. Just 9 sets. It has my legs like this. That's crazy. On one hand, I really like it because, like I said, 9 sets. If I could shut up long enough to, kind of do them good with intensity, I could be done in an hour. So, but on the other hand, I just like volume, man. The longer, at least, I like being in here at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, just from pure enjoyment. But it is what it is. I'm done. I'm gonna try to waddle out of here. Be back tomorrow for chest.